Subsidised vaping products are being touted as the key to helping Aotearoa reach its ambitious target of being smoke-free by 2025. Today is World Smoke-Free Day, and smoke-free advocates are highlighting the benefits of vaping in helping smokers to quit. Now, the government's preparing to launch a website in the coming weeks. It will promote vaping as a key tool for smokers wanting to stub out, and it will also advise on vaping etiquette. The website is just the first part of a wider campaign in support of vaping, which health advocates say is a step in the right direction, but more can be done. Nita Blake-Person reports.
When Melissa Morris takes her lunch breaks these days, she's no longer craving a cigarette.
I had not heard about vaping before, and I had no idea what it was about. And that was about 4 years ago, and I've been vaping since.
Melissa's ducked across the park from her Manukau office for a break and a vape.
If things get a little bit stressful through the day, you can just go out and have a vape without stressing about how long your tobacco is going to last. The vaping gives it a little bit more freedom.
Melissa had been smoking 4 packs a week for more than 20 years when she became involved in a program called Vape to Save.
It was just me trying to keep maintaining the cigarettes. Everything else was secondary or third. It wasn't really a priority. It was my first priority before food. It would be my last thought at night, thinking, how am I going to make this stretch? I'd be waking up, having a cigarette, and it's like, oh my gosh. So yeah, it did play a huge role in my daily, weekly routine. It wasn't easy to manage either, whereas now vaping makes it so much less worrisome. You don't have to think about the packet, how much it impacts on my budget.
Vape to Save is a community initiative that's helped hundreds of people, predominantly Māori women, to make the switch to vaping.
It was just pretty much, oh, okay, well, you've taken all my smoking friends away. It was all 8 ladies. So it was pretty much, well, let's do this. Yeah.
Research showing the power of vaping as a tool to quit smoking has prompted a new government-led campaign around vaping. Mihi Blair is the General Manager for Tobacco Control for Māori health organisation Aotearoa and has been helping to develop the campaign.
It's going to be a website that will have some health facts about vaping. There'll be on there just etiquette about vaping and just best tools and what you need to learn about vaping. Research is showing that vaping is much less harmful than smoking. So we know that our communities are highly addicted to smoking. So one of the things is that we are saying is that vaping is another tool to utilise to get off smoking.
The campaign will target Māori and specifically Māori women, as the New Zealand smoking rate is around 13%, but 31% for Māori.
People are purchasing tobacco rather than paying rent or food, and it's not their fault. So we are seeing that it's a major burden, an addictive product that's killing 5,000 people every year. So yeah, it's going to be changes.
Well, perhaps once seen as a bunch of hot air, vaping is becoming an increasingly popular quit tool for smokers. This Auckland vape shop says smokers make up 95% of its customers who are trying to give up. Now, the Ministry of Health says in this statement there is scientific consensus that vaping is significantly less harmful than smoking and that vaping can also help smokers to quit. The Ministry considers vaping products could reduce inequities in this country and says that's why it's developing this campaign with the website and ads to run later in the year to help New Zealand achieve smoke-free 2025.
Kia ora everybody, it's Rebecca from Vape to Save.
Rebecca Rufiu-Collins is the founder of Vape to Save. She's worked with 300 people wanting to quit and has had an 80% success rate. Ms Rufiu-Collins is aware that vaping has its own health impacts. Inhaling fresh air is always best, but says compared to smoking, it's a no-brainer.
I've been working in stop smoking services in the treatment area for, over 15 years, and this is probably the first technology that I think really going to make an impact, especially with Māori women and smoking, because this device, this new technology is actually really working, and at the end of the day, it's reducing harm significantly.
Participants in Vape to Save buy their own $60 vaping starter kit and are then given support services to stay off ciggies. Ms Rufiu Collins wants to see vaping products made as accessible as possible for smokers wanting to quit, with subsidies available to help with product costs.
If someone was a smoker and they would apply for the subsidy, and then whatever that dollar amount was, that subsidy would sit with that person, and then they would go and find what device, what flavour would work for them to get them started.
Mel Morris says she'd had no luck quitting smoking with other products, which are subsidised.
Nicotine, NRT products such as gum, lozenges, they didn't work because it didn't have the same fulfilling habitual action, whereas you get hiccups, or I didn't know that you had how to use the NRT products, and it was always kind of forced on me, so that, yeah, it didn't really last. Maybe a week, if that, and then you have boxes of these NRT products, which are like, okay, I'm not going to use them anymore.
Switching to vaping has completely changed Mel, and now she's encouraging others to give it a go.
Give it a try. Don't knock it until you've tried it. It may not be what suits you, but at least you can say you've tried it.
For Checkpoint, Nita Blakeperson.